Hi, Gemini, Sun, Moon, Ascendant, or Venus. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your September 2022 Fall Equinox, or if you're in the Southern Hemisphere, Spring Equinox reading for you. Now, I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If you're interested in any of the cards that I'm using, they will all be listed in the description box below. Now, before we begin this reading, let us clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration and releasing any negativity. This cleanse and meditation will be accompanied by a loud sound. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from the body like storm clouds. Letting yourself feel calm, centered, and at peace as we enter into this safe and loving space. So Gemini, let's see the energy that we need to be mindful of during the equinox. Now for the fall equinox, if you're in the northern hemisphere, this is a time symbolizing the harvest, and it is a time of acknowledging growth and expansion. Now, if you're in the southern hemisphere, it is the moment of release and renewal, and really getting ourselves ready for a new start. So let's see what energy we have to be mindful of during this time. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. This is the Nine of Swords. Worry, doubt, fear, overthinking, overanalyzing, putting a lot of things on your shoulders. Everything can become your fault during this time. You really see it as, if only I did better, if only I tried harder, if only I pushed more, then everything would be okay. We have to be mindful of this. Gemini, we're ruled by Mercury. We're in Mercury retrograde, okay? This can mean that we take things way too seriously during this time, and we find all the little bumps, all the little, hiccups along the way during a Mercury retrograde where things are a bit more confused or, confuddled communication-wise. We can take it personally, and we need to be very mindful of this. We can also be coming out of a very tough time, out of a time where we felt like we had the whole world on our shoulders, out of a time where we blamed ourselves for everything. This is a time of growth and expansion, a time of renewal and replenishing. We have to see ourselves as being renewed, as growing, as becoming more than, and not limit ourselves to what we see as our failures or what we see as our doubts or what we see as our fears. And that's going to be something that's going to be a bit challenging during this time, yes, but it's also going to be something that is not only beneficial, but empowering. So let's see what the tarot has to say. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Yeah. Okay. So the first thing that came through Gemini is that we're having a high priestess moment. Now, the high priestess is when the veil is lifted from our eyes, and we can see ourselves kind of as cocooned human beings, right? And as the veil is lifted, because the high priestess can come out many times throughout our readings, a layer is pulled back, a layer is pulled back. We are seeing more clearly, more clearly, more clearly. And this has to do with us, because we have the King of Swords right here. We are represented by the swords in the minor arcana. We are represented by the lovers in the major arcana. So the King of Swords is the highest form of the court cards that represent us. And here, crowned right above him, is the High Priestess. There is a sense of us seeing things so much more clearly, so much more openly, so much more honestly than we have before. And there's a real sense here as we are looking at things, as we're opening up our eyes, we're letting ourselves step into a role that for a lot of us Gemini, we always knew we were supposed to be embodying, but we weren't sure we could step forward and we could embrace. The High Priestess is telling us to look at things with clarity and with insight, but it's also telling us that a lot of our preconceived notions, they may be wrong. We might not be moving forward the way that we had always thought we would. And it can become very overwhelming for us. And it doesn't mean that anything bad has to happen at all. It just means that we're taking a different path, or we're becoming more truly who we are and not hiding for anybody else. And this is going to take courage, and this is going to take determination, but this is also a time of tremendous focus, a tremendous insight. The King of Swords is us embracing our sacred masculine energy, which for some of us can be astoundingly difficult. We can embrace more the sacred feminine or the sacred masculine, depending on our personality types. So here, we can even say, do I embrace the sacred masculine? And see how true that rings for us. See if that's something hard for us to do. See if that's something that we're rebelling against at times, and why. What does that mean to us that we might think of as, not positive? And what does that mean for us that we think is positive? How are we embracing this energy? How are we moving ourselves forward? Because this is a time of change, a time of power, where we are going to start to see ourselves step more into a role of authority, more into the role of determination and of focus and of insight and of ideas, and of a sense of, I know my voice, I know my mind, and I'm being brave within myself to move me forward. Now, it moves us to this sense of gathering up knowledge. Now, Gemini, we love our knowledge. Okay, people might laugh at us that we flitz around like butterflies, but we gather up knowledge from here, from there. We can talk well on almost everything, maybe not super in depth, but it's still being able to hold the conversation, which is something that we love to do. And so here with the Six of Swords, we're gathering up that knowledge, we're gathering up that information, and we're moving ourselves forward. We're moving ourselves forward over our emotions, over our doubts and fears and negativities, but also, the worries that we have that are keeping us up at night, the way that we want to move forward and the way that we're afraid to move forward. We're looking at things in a multitude of different ways and saying, where does this take me? What do I need from this? What do I want from this? How do I get to become me? And so our knowledge is guiding us in a direction that might not feel intuitive at times, and also might not feel necessarily comfortable, but it's going to open up doors for us in ways that we hadn't imagined. And we're moving forward to a place that we need to be. We're looking at things in a way that we needed to look at them as, but it needed to be different. So we're going to feel that we're not really on that footing. We don't really have that sense of like that strong stability, because we are moving, because things are changing, because we're being guided by ideas and by thoughts and by actions. But actions, again, led by thought, led by questions, led by curiosity. And it can be this Mercury retrograde where we're sitting there and we're kind of just questioning everything. But it leads us to the Two of Cups. It leads us to this place of healing, beautiful love. It leads us to this place of connection. And it's not only a connection with us, it's a connection with our spirit guides, with our angels, with those who love us, but also with what we love. We're looking at things more openly and honestly and saying, how do I move forward? Where is it that I want to be? Where is it that I need to be? What is it that I desire for myself? How is it that I'm opening up the door? How am I healing? How is my love, my sacredness of self and soul healing and guiding me forward? And what is it that I want from me and for me to open up the door, to guide me forward, to see things anew? And so this is going to be a time for us, Gemini, where this equinox brings a shift in our power, a shift in our insight, a sense of standing more in ourselves and moving forward from fears and doubts, but also knowing that our emotions run deep. And at times we need to sit quietly with them. It would be much more beneficial for us, or we feel like it would be much more beneficial for us just to keep going, just keep pushing, just keep, striving and driving and making it work. And yet that's not going to be the way that we want to do it. We want to it's like we want to settle into our world. Have it wrap around us like a nice warm blanket, a nice cup of tea. And having us settle into our brilliance and our sense of being. And this is going to be a time where we start to heal, where the two parts of our spirit, the twin nature of us, comes together, where we realize that, we're not in this alone, where we start to embrace what we love and what we desire, and where we open up the door. All right, Gemini, let's see what energy we have to be mindful of. This is the Ace of Pentacles. Okay, we can be really worried about money And I'm not saying here at all that you shouldn't be worried about money and just, whatever happens, happens type of thing. We have to be prudent and smart about things. But we also have to not let fear and worry and doubt just absolutely eat at us. The Ace of Pentacles is showing us a gift that is coming forward, but it's not fully realized yet. So just be patient. You're going to want to push things. You're going to want to rush things. It's not fully realized yet. And the finances, even though we're worried about them, they are coming. They are going to be a gift that guides us forward. Our subconscious tarot energy is the Six of Cups. And this is healing, beautiful love. This is a sense of growing and becoming. This is also telling us to be very mindful of being so nostalgic, of being stuck in the past, or, it was better when, or not being able to move forward into our present. And that can be something that's overwhelming, because we can be looking at things and just think, oh my gosh, it was just better. Even just a few days ago, a few weeks ago, a few months ago, everything was so different. Everything was so much better. And yet Spirit is telling us we are moving forward. The repeat of the number 6 is saying to be calm and healing with us. Be very nurturing. 6 is the most nurturing number. So embrace that nurturing aspect of our hearts and of our souls. And let us see us move ourselves forward. Let us see what we are becoming, because we are embracing and embarking on greatness here. All right, Gemini. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I'm sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we embrace the power, intensity, and beauty of this equinox and of ourselves. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Gemini, and may you have a blessed equinox.